Thanks, Jeremy and Megan. We will welcome back Taylor Brooks on set with us later as she introduces us to another part of the Iowa football offense. But right now, we go to a team that has started their season with flying colors. The Iowa women's soccer team stands at a 2-0 record on the season as they beat the University of Nebraska Omaha on Sunday. There were 3 key players to help out during that 4-0 victory, and Daily Iowan TV sports reporter Katie Reber explains why.
The Iowa soccer team is off to a strong start again this season, and every player is making a difference. Freshman Jenna Ketgen opened the floodgates on Sunday, scoring the Hawks' first goal of the game and the first of her career.
I felt great. That was my first goal, and being out for a whole year, so it felt great.
New in-season scorers make for a dynamic team that showcases a great depth of talent. Another freshman playmaker, Alina Magruder, added the second goal to the scoreboard for the Hawks and her second career goal of the season.
It's crazy because I'm a freshman, so being out there and scoring for the first time was awesome.
Following her impressive performance, Alina Magruder was named Big Ten Freshman of the Week. Building confidence, providing constructive criticism, and communicating is what junior Corey Burns explains as the keys to a successful younger team.
We're just really communicating with them a lot. I think practices, we switch roles a lot in practice and stuff like that. So I think we're really giving them confidence and making sure, not too harsh, but, constructive criticism where it's like, all right, just next time make sure you do this or something like that. So it's always more about the confidence and stuff like that. So making sure that we're building that instead of bringing it down. So
giving the Hawks a 3-0 advantage was another freshman playmaker, Carly Stunkel, followed by Abby Toreen, who finished off the game with the final goal. Coach Diani was impressed with his 2015 team and is focused on a full team effort with each player making a difference.
We're just creating depth, and that's going to be vital when we get to the Big Ten, and we don't even have 3 or 4 players back yet. So I like the growth. It's just we need to, going 1 or 2 steps forward versus 2 forward, 1 back.
This has been Katie Reber, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
And we'll see if Coach Gianni's young squad can keep up with the stellar start when they play South Dakota State Friday, August 28th, right here in Iowa City. Now, with football season right around the corner, Kirk Ferentz and his Gridiron gang have been adjusting to the works of a brand new practice facility. Tuesday football reporters Taylor Brooks and Laura Belanda were able to get the inside view of the incredible new facility. The 218,000 square foot building includes an indoor practice field, strength and training facilities, meeting rooms, and even a public area where the Iowa's trophies are displayed. We will give you an in-depth report on what goes on inside those walls Thursday, but for this week, we will stick with the actual game. Taylor, what's on the agenda tonight?
Hannah, that facility tour was absolutely incredible. A lot of sweat and time went into that building, and at one point, there was about 300 workers on the job. Now, sticking with our pattern of the offensive positions this week, last season, we saw multiple times where CJ Beathard and Jake Rudock would share snaps. As the season ended with a disappointing loss in the Tax Slayer Bowl against Tennessee, one quarterback bypassed the other on the depth chart.
It was a cold day in January.
Coach called me and told me that pretty much I had the nod that I was listed number 1 on the depth chart.
CJ Beathard became the go-to guy to be the heart of this Iowa football team. The reaction of Jake Rudock, though, remained unknown.
And he said he was going to call Jake after and tell him the same situation. He didn't know how he'd react to it.
Rudock's reaction became obvious as he made his move to transfer to Michigan and Jim Harbaugh Nation. This left Beathard as the unquestionable quarterback to guide the 2015 season.
CJ's just taken it and run with it. I'm really proud of what he's done.
And running with it is exactly what Beathard will do.
I think he will naturally do some things with his legs that are, that will be exciting. We're not all of a sudden going to run him 25 times in a ball game. That's not going to happen. But I think we'll be more quarterback draws and some things like that. And then I think he'll naturally leave the pocket and do some things that will give us opportunities.
But don't cancel out his ability to throw the ball.
I mean, CJ can wing it pretty good.
The junior completed 52 of 92 pass attempts for 645 yards and 5 touchdowns, despite not starting in 2014.
I remember when I was a freshman coming in, like Ryan and Drew are right now, my mind was just going 100 miles an hour. I had no idea what was going on. And each year it continues to get even slower and slower. And now I feel like I've got a good grasp of everything to where it comes really easy now.
The only question that remains is who has that number 2 spot between Tyler Wiegers, Drew Cook, and Ryan Boyle. Redshirt freshman Tyler Riegers seems to have the spot secured despite his inexperience.
He continues to make a lot of progress too, and we were confident that he would. He's a quality young man. He's totally invested, highly intelligent. He's got good skills.
The backups are never left behind either, even with 2 young freshmen at the 3 and 4 spot.
We travel all of our quarterbacks to ball games just so they have the experience of being in dressing room and halftime and that kind of stuff.
Inexperienced or going on 4 years, these quarterbacks all have to guide this Iowa offense one game at a time.
We wrap up the offense Thursday night when Laura Belanda takes a look at the running backs. Hannah, back over to you.
That wraps it up for Taylor and myself in the sports studio tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.